Hey friends, Kunmi here. You're welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you how I cut and sew this camisole. You can choose to wear it just the way it is on any pant trouser of your choice, or you can wear a blazer jacket on it. You can also stitch the back neckline, or you can decide to leave it open such that you tie the neckline. You can even go backless and just leave two strips you can tie with. As for me, I will be wearing a blazer jacket on it. At the end of this tutorial, you will be able to make any variant of your choice. So let's get started. I have come down by 1 inch from the rough edge. So the length of the camisole is 19.5. I will be adding 1 inch hemming allowance to it. So right here I have 20.5. It's just a regular basic bodice pattern. The only thing is I didn't add any sewing allowance to the shoulder, and then from there I came down by 1 inch. And then can you see the neckline? Mind you, this pattern is for the back, so the wideness of the neck is 3 inches, but the depth is 1 inch. So what I did is to simply divide my client's bust measurement by 4 and had just zero point 0.5 sewing allowance to it. The fabric is stretchy, so there is no point keeping sewing allowance there. So my client's shoulder measurement is 15, half of that is 7.5. I didn't add any sewing allowance to it. I came down from there by 1 inch and did all of that. So I'm just going to extend the chest line like this, and I'm going to connect with my ruler. So like I said, this pattern is for the back piece. So in case you're already wondering why I then came in at the armhole region, that part is totally not needed. So I just want to put perspective to it. I don't want to confuse you. That's why I'm going ahead with the regular way of sketching basic bodice pattern. We don't need the upper part at all. So that's why I just went in at the armhole region and gave it a curve. Having done that, you are going to just slit this. Can you see? So this is what we need. This is what we need. This is the back piece. You may want to indicate that. And then because the fabric, the pattern is not folded, you may want to indicate the center and then the upper part of the fabric. So while I came down by 1 inch for the back piece, right here for the front piece, I'll be coming down by 3 inches. You need a little bit of allowance right here. So I went ahead to do everything I did for the back piece. Just that the neck width of course is the same as the back, 3 inches, but the depth is also 3 inches, while the back depth is 1 inch. Not like it matters anyway. So I came down by the usual 1 inch, and then I indicate the armhole, the midpoint. I give it a curve. I divided the bust by 4 and added zero point 0.5 to it. I divided the waist by 4 and added zero point 0.5 inch to it. It's going to pass through the bust. The fabric is stretchy, so that's why I decided to use waist measurement at the waist. Now at the neckline, we are going to extend the neckline like this. So I will be marking 2.5, but I later reduced it to 1.5 because I'm not tying it. I'm going to stitch it close. So right here, I'll just use a wideness of 3 inches, and then I will go upward by 2.5. Don't forget that I later reduced it to, at the point of stitching, I later reduced it to 1.5. Extend it like this, 2.5 here, 2.5 here as well, and then it's slanty, but you're just going to connect it anyways. And this chest line, you are going to extend it once again. Come down by 1 inch from the chest line. It's not quite convenient making a curve with rulers, so I'll just use my hand, and then I'll trim off like this. So this is what we have. Trim off the neckline like this as well, and finally this region. So then you slit this place open. So you're going to leave about 1/4 of an inch there. This is the fabric I will be using. My fabric supplier says it is called Pleats, probably because of the rough nature of the fabric. So some stretchy fabrics have a side of them that is more stretchy than the other. If you stretch this fabric downward, it's really stretchy. If you stretch it sideways, it's not so stretchy. So the part that is really stretchy, I'm going to fold it um horizontally. I'm going to fold it this way. Can you see? I won't fold it downward. I don't know if you understand. So I'm going to place the back pattern and trim it off like this. I'm going to keep it like this. Can you see? It's stretchy towards the sides. I folded it in such a way that it stretches towards the sides. So this is the front pattern. I'm just going to open up like this. Take note of the fact that I pinned the lower part. So I don't want my cleavage to show. So I'm just going to use 9 inches. So the difference between the old neckline and the new neckline is 9 inches. I'm just going to make a straight line. Now, instead of just trimming, I'm going to raise it up like this. So this is going to be the facing for the front piece. I can just extend it by 5 inches and I'm going to slant it upward like this. Can you see? Extend it upward like this and then you are going to trim. Can you see the way I'm trimming? All the way. The front is not bigger than the back. Just trim exactly what you have on your pattern. You will definitely need pattern. So this is what we have. I will open it up. Can you see? These are the facing will go inside. So I'm just going to do it like this. The first thing I will do is to go over to the armhole. I'm sorry, I experienced blackouts. That's why it's dimmed. I'm going to fold it and stitch. I'll do the same on this other side and I'm going to stitch as well. Can you see? I've stitched this side too. I stitched the upper part too. Can you see? And then I'm going to place the back. But before we stitch the front and back piece together, um I'm going to have to fold the upper part. I'm going to fold it first into half like this, and then I'll fold again and stitch. So I've done that, and this is what I have. Place it like this and stitch with whatever sewing allowance you gave it at the point of sketching. Mine is 0.5. So can you see the armhole and the upper part? I folded. You won't have problem with that pointy edge at all because the fabric is stretchy. You won't have any problem. So the next thing you will do is to place this place together, secure with your pin. Thereafter, you head to the sewing machine and you stitch. So after stitching, overlock and then fold the hem of the camisole. So I've done that. This is what I have. I've also stitched the neckline. I opened it up, give it a good press, and then I went back to overlock. So your camisole is ready. So this is the facing that I talked about. When you flip to the right side, I'm going to flip now. This is what you should have. Can you see? It's pretty easy, guys. So this is what we have. You just throw in the facing like this and then you adjust with your hand. If you don't adjust the camisole well, it won't look good. I hope you had a good time with me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Till I come your way in my next tutorial. Bye.